which is a really smart play because it's wide open. As we see 17, they try to pick up into the 2-2 split of the Expendables.
Expendables trying to line in, do manage to get an opening, knock onto it, but exchange back on the other side of it. Tanvu's also going to get spotted out. Little Ghost playing the outside, dancing, spots out another, picks him up. While 17 Gaming does have 2 members down, they're now in control over the compound itself. At range, you can hear a couple of shots coming in. It's going to be FaZe looking in. Kalori is often having just run out. There's no way he can provide anything more in this. He's just got to play for points.
And then just off to the east of this, Falcons are starting to make their way over as well, so they could get involved in a 4th party if they get there in time. Meanwhile, Donawa, they're going to take a position that Cerberus is still in. You could just barely see the gray of Cerberus's teams on there. Is Duckmai the last one in, but they spotted him out. He knows.
How's the bounce going to go? Good throw. Going to pick that one up now. Cerberus in a ton of trouble. Hemas is nowhere near this. Here comes the Falcons like you were going to talk about. They're going to crash down into point, but Zhao Wu got himself something prepped and ready. Trying to see if they can just go for the spray. Blood is going to get taken out. And Falcons wanted this firefight, but they've now moved into a pinch position. Glorious is still back behind him, taking shots. FaZe is separated out. They've got high ground. This is just sheer destruction over here.
This is aggression from the Falcons, though. This is something that we haven't really seen from them there. They saw a fight. They wanted to take it to them. They thought they had a more advantaged position there. Unfortunately for them, it took just a little bit too long. 17 was able to get their knock back on their feet, up to 3 up. And oh, that's just a beautiful grenade from Lil Ghost.
This is just continually well read by these two. It's come at a massive cost, but picking up more and more kills as it goes, trying to make sure that they keep those points per game up. 17 Gaming presently sitting at 39 points, capable of reaching in, trying to usurp in, step into those top couple of spots, and you can see that with the control over this location, they're going to feel way better about it. It's just Roth, Kalori's off over into the east, and then it's still FaZe lined up, strong power position. Freaks going to go ahead and hop in vehicles. They're going to be rolling through. They think that they're going to try to find a path up this hillside, stop off for just 1 second, but it's going to be Na'Vi that's going to be right next to them, trying to hold out position. Bean already got the nades, going to be prepped up, but I mean, this is going to be a big firefight. Tiamba's going to be coming in back behind the Freaks at any given moment.
Haven't already knocked Bean. We'll pull back down before he gets taken low. Here's Na'Vi. They have the north side of the sandwich. They have the high ground. Guman, the last one. Nice spray from Pow Pow with the P90. Will finish him off. 2 kills now for Tiamba. Do they pull off or do they continue to take this fight with Na'Vi?
They don't have a choice. TSM is trying to corral them into this position. Purdy stepping forward, now starting to take some pot shots into Pow Pow. They have to choose to step out of this one. They wanted to go after Na'Vi.
Yeah, TSM playing this very, very patiently, not overcommitting. And they're always making sure to be keeping an eye on their western flank to make sure that nobody wraps in. Is Na'Vi going to hop in the vehicles? FaZe Clan still has high ground over all of this. The shots come through, a lot of damage, but no knocks just yet. Na'Vi somehow, some way, surviving long enough to get to the dip.
Okay, but Na'Vi, you have a new set of problems. TSM has some vision in this one, so can't go for too many peeks, while Na'Vi is still just trying to hunker down. FaZe creeps closer and closer. They've got the throwable. Circle pops, stays Crew to Valle. That means that everything going over here still has to finish quick and has to make their way over into the circle. Na'Vi already has one of their members down, in some trouble. Tiamba seeing if maybe they can get something out of this one as well, but every single step out is getting punished. TSM is just free reign damaging everybody that goes for a beat.
And FaZe reading this absolutely correctly as they go for the push. They will take a knock on the Gustav, but immediately trade it back. And there you go, Na'Vi is eliminated. 7 kills now for FaZe. They should have time to get Gustav back on his feet and get back in, as TSM and Tiamba have now run into each other.
CC stepped very far forward, was trying to get a foothold, maybe try to see if he could gatekeep out what was going on with TSM, but it was read by TSM. 2 members move forward right up next to him. Yes, you're right, Bora. Gives a reprieve for FaZe, and that is scary. 7 kills right now, number 1 on the leaderboard, while second is still kind of contained in this Tiamba situation.
While all this is going on, Donawa full sent it into Crew de Valle. They ran into Day Trade. They're scrapping. AGG ran into the north side. They've run into Petrichor Road, and you can see how that's turning out. Petrichor Road so far, so good. Zest looking like the last one alive for AGG as they are making the hard push, and they will wipe them out.
Spots, it cleans up everything in the north of Crew de Valle. Now the mess continues down here to the southeast as nobody from Tiamba can find any pathing to move forward. TSM is just gatekeeping it, picks it up. All of Tiamba is eliminated. TSM at 3 kills right now. FaZe realizing the threats and how close, trying to see if they can get some angles in, and yep, Corexi's gonna find it. Sparking's gonna go down.
Heck of a shot from Corexi to get that knock onto Sparking, but should be resible as now, Cerberus actually has a little bit of an angle on the backside of TSM, so they have to be careful about Sololzi and Hymas from down south. Sonic's actually going to find an angle there, so that's going to give open up a little bit of a door here for TSM as FaZe, they hop in the vehicles, they're making their way into the zone. Are they going to take the Cerberus compound? They sure are.
They have to. Sonics is not letting them go anywhere else. Great firing line being set up from Sonics, trying to creep in. You can see Gustav taking a ton of damage. Can't even manage to make it inside the door. H1's angle is just too good. Now what are we going to see TSM do? They managed to hop in their vehicles. They're rotating wide around this. They used FaZe as a distraction to creep in over here to the west where nobody's at. There's a couple of hills. There's a couple of little things that you can hide in, dips, whatever. But that's the best you're going to find over there. Well played by them, but that's going to be all she wrote for Cerberus. Picking this up, FaZe continuing just to rain terror on this lobby.
They are looking so good right now.
Danawa, Daytrade both lined up next to each other as TSM were going to try to make the press in, and that is 4 different teams all shooting at TSM as they make a stop over inside the circle and barely get there, but FaZe rolls in. They just crash in back behind all this beautiful sprays coming out. FaZe does go down. TSM taking a ton of casualties though, Sparking the last one up. Luckily, this hillside should provide enough time to go for some reses.
Oh my God, is there any player that's more valuable to a team right now at this tournament than Sparking is to TSM? They have been fantastic as a group, but Sparking in particular has been outshining everybody in this lobby. As we now check with Petrichor Road, turning their attention towards BB Team. Filfer's been knocked down, another one knocked as well. Spiro, the last one alive. Can he cause more problems for Petrichor Road?
2v1 situation we're pretty much looking at right now is he's got a couple of angles, but Valley Tai has kind of shots into the backside of anything that Spire was trying to do, so if he steps out, he's immediately going to get punished. Meanwhile, the other members of Petrichor Road want to move forward. They want to get over to Summer. They want to see if they can get the res. Very well read by Spiro to make sure that he's going to deny that one out every single chance that he get. He is going to pick up at least the kill off of it, but keep in mind, Spiro wants to move over. He wants to get his res as well, and I think he might have found an opportunity for it, but Daytrade is already very heavily defending into the north. They hear this firefight, and they are waiting to see if they can catch anybody through these smokes.
Absolute hero plays from Spiro right now for BB Team. He is keeping his team right in the midst of this one as Petrichor Road now have to reset. They're down to just Ming and Chewy. 5 kills already, so it's not the worst game in the world. They're looking all right, but they would love to be able to get some more off of this one. As Sonics, they're still inside their compound. Looks like Valley Tai. Megalos has been hiding out over here. I don't know if they're aware of him.
He had a nade prepped, and that could have been massive. Kiss is playing out a bit more of an anchor position for Valley Tai, so can potentially regs what's going on over here, but this is going to be really dangerous. TSM is the odd team out, not inside of Crudabaye itself. Circle is going to force them to have to move, but also BB Team, Petrichor Road going to have to collapse in.
Tell you what, group stage, Sonics was chasing every single circle, it felt like, on day one. They got a little bit more fortune on the second day. Yesterday, they got a little bit lucky on with some placement on one, but they are just making the absolute most of any fortune that they happen to get, which is exactly what you need to do in a short format tournament such as this. We'll see if Valley Tai can maybe break some hearts there for Sonics as BB Team still in it.
You can see all the smoke's now starting to plume up. They tried to get the smoke wall down. Is it going to be enough? Looks like they might be moving a bit more into Danawa's line. They're trying to crest in. Luke's already taken a lot of damage, trying to maneuver in. Doesn't manage to make it. It's going to be Danawa just raining in bullet upon bullet upon. The 2 members already down for TSM. Can they at least manage to get somebody in? Another down. Just one up trying to make their way. No, TSM cannot find it.
Right place, right time for Sonics and for Danawa. In the end, TSM, for all of their struggles, for all of their heroics, they will go down in 7th place as Ming will get taken down by Spiro again. Just hero stuff from Spiro, keeping BB Team in this, but they're going to go down now to Daytrade.
Danawa still just holding a beautiful defended position right now. Loki finally goes down. Petrichor Road, Chewy's got himself sawed off. He's just running in. This is where it's going to get really messy. Daytrade's going to be back behind them. What are you going to even do off of this? You've got to make sure that you're denying the sight lines from Sonics. Meanwhile, while Daytrade is coming up back behind you and dealing with close range position, there's just nothing you can do. Sonics find it, and that is going to end Petrichor Road.
It is down to our top 4. City ending here. Sonics in the driver's seat with 4 alive, but Daytrade, they look just equally strong here as Danawa will try to go for that revive onto Loki, get themselves back up to 3, and they should be able to pull it off. Deal, he has been fantastic this tournament so far for Danawa. All 3 of these teams great position here to win. We'll see where the next zone decides. You can see on the screen there what their utility is looking like. Sonics, obviously, they have not really had to move, had to do much at all. So they are looking pretty good. Valley Thai as well. Actually, pretty much everybody, with the exception of Donawa, no real offensive utility on their part, but they've got enough to keep themselves alive.
Okay, so the moving factor in day trade up to the northeast, continuing to deal with the Danawa defensive line. Danawa only had 3 kills, but man, they have pumping damage into anything that's been going on in the west. It has just been, they've been very focused on trying to get in positionals, making sure to control the territory around them. Them and Sonics have really just making sure to lock down so much of the circle. Day trade really can't find the options on how they want to navigate this. They're going to lean into the Valley Thai side of this. That's really well done. If you're going to find anywhere to go, this would be the angle to approach from. Day trade, with their 3 members still up, have a man advantage, even if this res manages to come out. But you can see that Valley Thai has to commit into the res. So this is just an open path. Finally, Day trade finds a way in.
And there's just no angles for Sonics onto any of this, so they just have to let it happen as Valley Thai is going to get pushed here. Day trade leaving Belmoth behind. The smoke wall still laid down. They're going to try to make the push. No heals coming through for Valley Thai just yet. They haven't been able to find him. Nurens has the SK. Belmoth going to go down, though, as Taman finds an angle.
Waiting, holding the doors. This is all you could do if you're Valley Thai. You had to go for the res. You lost so much information. You don't know how the pathings come into play. Sonics have very much shifted their attention over into this eastern defensive line. Nades now starting to come out. Options getting a bit more limited for what's going to be going on in this compound, where we have 2 different teams stacked up on top of each other. Just an outer wall for defense, and that is about it.
I mean, this is essentially setting up for an easy Sonics win, and you can tell, like, they know that there's a fight going on there. They'd love to be able to go there and take some points, but this is, if they leave the compound, they put that victory at risk, so no point in really doing that. Just hope that maybe you can get an angle onto somebody when they're not looking, as Megalos just going to hold the line here, wait for somebody to come up the stairs.
Day trade presently in 4th place. You can see Sonics in 3rd. A couple more points can put them up into that 2nd and 1st place position, respectively. Day trade's going to step in. He's got the shot off. Can he spot? Does manage to see. Gets the shot, but doesn't manage to get it. Megaboss still holding it. Goes for some sprays. He is going to go down. Day trade picks up another one. Keeps on climbing.
Beautiful push there, as now Donawa trying to make their way across. Good smokes and good blue zone grenades will pull Sonics away from that sight line, so they will at least have that Rich to play with. Deal going to get a little bit of a present as well in the late game. That's something that you love to see.
Okay, 4v3v2. Sonics the focal point for so much of this attention, while Donawa has got a bit more of this circle under control. Day trade is where so much of these 2 squads' attention keeps getting pulled to, as they've got their back right up against that zone, trying to creep out. A couple throwables being exchanged, but it's going to be Sonics. Spots Day trade. H1 makes it look easy. Now Donawa repositions around this one. Sonics now in 2nd place. Just a couple more points puts them into 1st. Donawa, though, this could be a massive come up for them.
4v3. You see both teams still have plenty of smokes to keep this thing slowed down, and they are spacing them out appropriately. Kickstart has that high ground. Are they going to be able to spot this in time?
This is so sneaky. I love this. Wait for a little while. Listen for the footsteps. Don't make the overcommittal yet. Yeah, just get the nades ready. See how it's going to fall in. With the amount of smokes that are down, it's going to be really hard to spot where the nade is specifically coming from. Goes for a pickup. Deal reads it. Instantly gets the drop onto him. So now a 3v3. Bold choice coming up from Sonics, but it is heavily punished.
Yeah, that was a risky push there. Tickleton was up there with Kickstart, and it looks like, I mean, he had the ability to res, but Donawa not going to waste any time. They're going to immediately push in. Loki leading the charge. He's got the rest of the boys with him, as Tickleton will hit that res on a Kickstart, get Sonics back up to full strength as the smoke wall continues to recycle.
But with the shift in position, Donawa now had to surrender the center point. That means that Sonics has now shifted out. They've gotten much better vision on where this is all going to end up at. Donawa thought that they could make some pushes around inside the compound, find the Sonics members, and now they put themselves into a trapped position. This is what Donawa was wanting to really try to capitalize on, and now Sonics with the shift has been massive. There goes the shots, 2 already down. It's going to be Donawa trying to defend up, but look at Spray's going to have Damon. He finds it all. Oh my God, Sonics barely picking up there at the end. That should put them in 1st place, but man, that was close.
Wow, that was dangerous, as they jumped into the smoke cloud, trying to make sure that they could prevent Donawa from turning those, giving those kills over to the blue. They wanted as many points as they can, but you could see the smoke cloud got in the way. He shot his own teammate in the back of the head, but eventually they did get that final kill, and that's another big victory for the Sonics.